Hello. I hope you are enjoying your summer. I actually escaped the Texas heat and residing in New York and Vermont for the next month and a half while I continue to build my business. So, Empowered Alliances is up and running, and I have a pretty detailed business plan already set up. I'll share some of that with you. And I have an AI platform that I'm using that's going to help significantly with the marketing, both the speed of which I can get things out, but also increase the engagement with people when they do comment and respond and all of that. So the program that I'm focused on is, and I'm again focusing this really down on mid-sized companies, helping them to select the next right AI project. So it's really going to be critical to get it right because of all the failure rates that, from the past. And so using a modified design thinking process that I developed and delivered at TCS to dozens of, Fortune 100 companies, that's the baseline for what I'm using. The bigger challenge I've had is how do I market this? Man, I'm a small startup and, competitive landscape right now. And I've always find that marketing an experience has to be dynamic. So one of my colleagues, Anthony, and I came up with a brilliant idea. He had the idea, but it's offering a virtual design thinking workshop experience for the general public. Now it's probably going to be mostly my personal connections via email and LinkedIn and Facebook and that, but it allows to focus in on a specific topic of general interest and then bring people in. I'll show you more about that. What I like about this idea is that number one, it allows me to get some experience and run through this process using AI collaboration more. But also, it allows me to pull in some partners that I need to help grow this business. IT experts and industry subject matter experts are two in particular. So I think this is a unique opportunity to do that. So let me share my screen here and we'll show you what we got going on. So Mural is my tool of choice. And so I've been iterating on some of these designs. I've got detailed and summaries. I'll spare you the agony and focus in on the details. So again, this is the core program. This front end of the business challenge ideation really are interviews one-on-one with senior leaders, but also using a custom GPT to enable dozens more stakeholders to add their specific, more detailed problems into the mix. Then we bring that into this business challenge prioritization, organize, analyze, and help use AI to help make that final decision. Obviously, the leaders are making the final decision. And then from there, we take that and working with, technical and subject matter experts to iterate on some of the creative project ideas that we could do. We bring those handful of project ideas over to senior leaders, help them to analyze, discuss, and finally decide on what that best project is. Then we develop a roadmap because even before you launch the project, there's probably a handful of things that you could start doing in advance. So again, this is exactly what I was doing at TCS. I know how it works, and I can do it virtually very easily. So the marketing piece. Here's where it gets interesting. So the idea is that we have a defined topic area, probably starting out in business, and then we ask people for what are the problems that they have seen in this area and submit business challenges. And then from that list, we select one and we start getting people to add their interests. What are the details around this specific problem statement that you can add? We select a handful of people to participate. Not everyone's going to, but we get to cherry pick some of that. And we bring them into a design thinking workshop. Again, using the AI tools to do that. Now I can, and the output come of that, I can actually share this back with everyone else about what the outcomes were and what some of the testimonies from those workshops. Then we get some of their inputs to, hey, how could we solve this problem? And here's where, first I have some AI facilitators. I'm starting a group so that allow me to scale this business, having more people that can use AI tools to facilitate collaboratively. But then here's where I can bring in those IT and I'm just going to call them problem solvers and to get engaged in the process. They generate some of these preliminary ideas. We then, explore and, prioritize these. Having a senior business leader come in and provide some of that perspective obviously adds to that. And then I can put together a total output, that shows people how this process unfolds. So I'm pretty excited about this idea. Going to pilot it in August. So if you want to participate, would love to have you join it. What else do I got going on? So boom, I have my launch plan, 20 pages long. I'll save you the the gory details. I do have to iterate this using this new marketing design thinking workshop that I'm putting together. So I'll send an update. I also have a 4-page overview. So I'll send that to you so you can look at that. And again, whatever time and bandwidth that you have, I appreciate whatever you can contribute and insights around that. The second part, and again, where I could use your help is some of the languaging of this. So I've been working with AI program to, start to identify what are some titles. I don't know if this is the program or I'm not even sure if AI project selection is the right name for the main program. But how do I talk about this? What words are going to resonate? So I've narrowed this down to my favorite 10. I would love some of your feedback on that. Obviously, AI provides some analysis of that as well. But we know that humans are better when it comes down to some of this detail as well. So that's it. That's the kind of the key things that I've got going on. I'm really excited about where I'm at and what I'm doing, and hope you are too. So, in kind of wrapping up, there are some opportunities for you to help me out. Give me some feedback on the business plan. Help me with this marketing language. That's really going to be key, and so that I can be consistent from the very beginning. And finally, there's probably some connections and stuff like that. When I start to offer these programs, great opportunity to get people to engage. So I'll try to I will set up a group call. That way, if you're available, you can meet some of the other people, and it'd be interesting to get some of that cross-pollinating of some of my favorite thought leaders and in various areas of business that I've been in, but also for you to ask me some questions and, fine tune some of the details of my approach and plan. And finally, any advice that you can provide. Hey, if it's a text message or an email or whatever you have time and bandwidth to provide, I would be greatly appreciated. So thanks, appreciate you, and look forward to sharing more.